on record. Wait. Okay, let's stop.
Intro time.
Do you guys know how to say bloopers?
You ready?
Ready.
Cue the music. Welcome back, everyone, to a new episode of Fire Lane Podcast. You know me as Brenda's husband, and you know Brenda as
Moises' wife.
There you go, correct answer. You're on the right track right now.
Yes, I am. Hello, everyone. Hope you guys had a great week.
We did.
We always do.
Yep.
We're pumped up.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know. Energy levels up.
Okay, cool. She just loves to laugh.
Yeah.
They say the way to get with a girl is to, I guess, make her laugh. And I know before I made you laugh a lot.
You still make me laugh a lot.
Exactly.
Like, a lot. Sometimes I laugh for, minutes.
True. Long.
And I can't stop, but it makes my cheeks hurt.
And you cry. You cry out of laughter.
Yeah.
Most of the times you're laughing at me.
No, well, it's because, you do it on purpose.
Well, yeah.
But I don't mean to. It's just the funny stuff you do on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure other people would laugh too.
Maybe. Depends.
Anyway. So, yeah. Welcome once again. We're excited to be with you guys and talk about some real life stuff.
Today, we shall talk about the school system.
The school system?
Yeah. No?
Okay.
Well, school in general, I guess.
Yeah.
All the way from starting in kinder or pre-K or Head Start, whatever, all the way to college. Yeah?
Sure. Let's do it.
And we decided this won't be a fire talk because I guess as a society, we can all agree that our school system is kind of old school and not up to date.
I mean, I don't think everyone will agree. There will be some people that will disagree.
Majority of people are catching on. That school is.
This is just our opinion.
Yeah.
We don't want to make anybody feel. I mean, this is just our opinion.
Yeah, if you're going to school, if you're a person listening to this and you're going to school, finish it. Be a finisher.
Yeah.
But these are our opinions about school.
Yeah.
So go ahead, babe. Ladies first.
Hi. Okay.
I'm a gentleman.
Okay, what do you want me to say about school? I personally loved school when I was little.
I loved school until I started loving school in middle school. My favorite year in school was 8th grade.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Okay. How can it be your favorite and you don't know why it was your favorite?
It's just the most memorable year while I was in school.
That you remember?
Yeah.
Really?
I liked school so much. I even attended tutoring while we had the breaks.
I attended tutoring too.
And I didn't need no tutoring.
Yeah, me too. My mom would just send us to tutoring.
No,
well, I'm pretty sure my brothers needed tutoring, but I didn't. Not to brag, but I didn't need tutoring. But she would just take us all. She just didn't want us to be home.
I volunteered to go to tutoring. I didn't need it.
Was it because of a girl?
Fun. No.
Right.
In 8th grade, no.
But there's other grades.
It's because, the reason why it's memorable I don't know. Like, there was a lot of stuff going on that year for me. Like a light school. Towards the end of the year, like, all these girls started liking me. And I was like, wow.
That's why you...
That's what I remember.
So memorable.
That's what I remember. We had our middle school dance. There was a bunch of dances.
Yeah.
For like $2.
That's true. There was
$2.
a bunch of dances.
We did that. I remember our prom. Had a girlfriend by the time I had prom. We had prom.
I went to a lot of schools. We moved around a lot. So I had to make friends all the time.
Mm. So you were very social.
I'm still very social.
You are very social.
Yeah. I like our son's school.
I went to that school.
I know.
For a year.
And I think it's the best.
I didn't like my teacher.
I think
and
it's
the
the best school that I've seen. I love how the principal is very how do you say it? But he's very like, gosh, I lost the word.
Interactive?
Yes, like he's like, you always see him around.
Yeah. I don't remember my principal at all.
Really?
Yeah.
I love the receptionist. I think
the receptionist has been there since even when I was there.
Really?
Yeah.
She's amazing. She's super awesome.
I was 11.
Oh my gosh.
That was how long ago? That was
do the math.
14 years ago? No. Yeah, 14 years ago.
We should ask her how long she's worked there.
Probably longer than that. I remember that the lab had Apple computers.
Uh-huh.
That was before Microsoft was cheaper. And before, I guess, having an Apple product was cool.
Yeah. Ours did too. We had one computer in our classroom.
Like, the fun thing about school is that you made friends.
Mm-hmm. But there is some stuff that we don't like. Not that we don't like, but we don't agree with school, right?
Yeah. So first of all, before any of our listeners get anything wrong or misinterpret what we're saying, we appreciate all the teachers out there because they are really molding the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
But we just believe what the school system makes them teach is something that is no longer as valuable as it was before.
Yeah.
Like, what we think is that what current teachers are teaching now is how to make your kids employees in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Which worked great in the past before.
Yeah.
How long ago? In our parents' generation, I guess. Before, when college degrees actually had value, and now they have, it's just a paper.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought you were gonna keep going. But I mean, it's true. Like, there's just some stuff that it's like even us growing up, you think about it, you learn all these things that, well, you think you're learning all these things that you're gonna need later, and you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And not that it's not important to know them, but like, why not teach more useful stuff?
Yeah, I agree. I guess I agree with the basics, I guess elementary and middle school.
Mm-hmm.
But once you start going towards college to high school,
Yeah.
that's when we should start interpreting real life things or subjects where that person's gonna have to deal with in lesson. Because it's kind of a weird transition going from middle school, you're still a kid, going straight to high school, and you're like, okay, well, now you have to think about college. How are you gonna fund it? What are you gonna do? Blah blah blah. SATs, chaka chaka chaka, and you have 4 years to think about that.
Uh-huh.
And you're 16, 15 when you're...
Nowadays, they're prepping kids for college as early as middle school.
Yeah.
Like they even started talking about it in elementary.
Yeah.
So they're like already teaching our kids.
They're already planting that seed from the
Yeah.
get-go to go to college.
One thing that I didn't like, I was very shocked, was last year when we went to go vote. Was last year, right?
Yeah.
And our son didn't know the importance of voting. Remember how he was like, "Why do we need to vote?" And I was like, "What do you mean? Like they don't teach you this at school? Like you don't learn about why is it so important to vote?"
Oh yeah, imagine if they got kids into politics. I want to support Trump.
But they're still learning about it because their parents are talking about it. They hear it in the media. So it's not like they don't know what's going on, because even if they didn't know why it was important to vote, they knew who was running for president. Because our son was like, "Mom, like all of the immigrants are going to be deported." Like he knew what was going on. He just didn't know why it was so important to vote, which is more important to know as you grow up. You know what I mean? Because it's important.
Yeah.
So he didn't go to school.
That day.
He didn't go to school that day. And we took him to vote with us.
I remember, you know what? That is weird. Because even when I was a kid, even in that, I think in that school, we did vote in a way, like for little kids or whatever, to be involved in voting. Because I remember voting for, I don't know, it was when George Bush and Al Gore were running back in 2000, I think.
So you voted?
Yeah, I voted for one of those
like
two.
Like pretend vote?
Yeah. And I guess they taught us about voting and stuff and why it's important. But now that you mention it, you're like, yeah, that's right.
So why did it stop?
I don't know. Politics.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was just something that I was like really shocked, and I was like, no, like it's important for you to know that you need to vote. Like they should teach you that at school. There's stuff that he talks about that, or that we talk about, and he doesn't know. And I'm like, okay. Or there's things that he's learning that I'm like, for what?
There's a lot in the school system that we need to teach our kids for when they become adults, that they're not teaching. But I mean, there has to be some changes, because the school system now is engineered more towards helping you kids have a good education so they can have a good job long term. Which really doesn't work nowadays, because if you see a lot of people who go through that route nowadays, they even have a master's or bachelor's or whatever, or PhD, and they either don't have a job or they're working in a place where it's completely outside of their degree. Those lucky few, or they're lucky.
Yeah.
But nowadays it's all about who you know, your network.
Not what you know.
Yeah. Education is, I heard this quote, I think it said, education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune.
Yeah.
Because education, it stops at a certain point, which is, I guess, college, whenever you graduate. But self-education continues on until you wish to stop learning. Because if you only learn what you did in college, then that's it. But you continue to learn, like how to manage your money, how to manage mortgage or whatever, how to manage.
That's what they should be teaching in school.
Yeah. That's what they should be teaching high schoolers.
Yeah.
Because what's shocking and what mind boggles me is that once you're towards that senior year type of deal, now you're applying to colleges, you're kissing butt to people so they can get you in because you're writing notes or whatever, like the letters to them with your application, making yourself look good. so they can accept you and whatever, and doing a bunch of scholarship stuff, applying for scholarships, and stuff like that. And if for those unlucky ones who don't receive those the scholarships, or they don't get the like financial aid or whatever, then they have to pay out of pocket. So they go into loans. Now imagine you being an 18-year-old with no knowledge of how to manage money, or what is the interest rate or whatever. You have no idea what interest rate is. You have no idea how to manage money or whatever. And it's okay for an 18-year-old to apply for a student loan of $30,000 a year for 4 years.
Minimum
Or whatever. With a 25% interest rate. As an 18-year-old.
Yep.
And those 18-year-old parents are okay with that.
Yeah.
Because the parents will be like, well, that's what you got to do. It's cool. You'll end up paying that off afterwards because you're going to have a great career after school. Which is a total lie.
Let's back up a little. Lie. So, like, why don't you talk about, like, during your high school, how did you start thinking about college, or when did you start thinking about college, or how did the school, like, you know, help you get into college or whatever?
Well, senior year, there was a bunch of colleges.
That's when it started?
Yeah, I didn't think about college until senior year.
They didn't tell you anything?
Yeah.
Oh, they did? Yeah. But you just didn't care?
Yeah, I was like, all right. Yeah. But senior year, that's when I started taking it more seriously. Not as seriously, but more seriously than the previous years. So people would come into our campus and talk to seniors and stuff like that, and try to recruit us. Recruiters, they'll come to our campus.
Yeah.
And I remember having, I don't know what his name was or what he did. He was like a recruiter or a counselor for UT. And a bunch of my friends loved him because he was pretty cool. I mean, he was in college, so. But he's the one that helped us apply for scholarships and colleges.
Yeah.
I went with him a few times, but that's it. Other than that, I did everything on my own. I did apply.
How did you know what you had to do?
The counselors, I guess. I don't know. Like.
Or what? How did you know what you were doing?
Because we had a period where I guess they took all the seniors. Well, not all the seniors, but like by class. Into the lab, and they showed us how to apply. How to do this, how to do that. So they showed us like a few times or whatever. So I kind of knew, and it's pretty self-explanatory what you have to do. So I stopped asking for help, and I went to do it on my own, like applying for scholarships, applying for colleges, and I did everything the same thing. It was the same thing over and over again. I don't know how many I applied to. I know I applied to our local college, UTEP, our community college. I don't even know. I think I applied to Texas State, UT, A&M, and then MSU. I don't know how many. I really didn't care.
Wow. You applied to a lot.
Yeah. I have no idea how many I heard from. I just know I heard from our local university and our local community college. And of course, we know we went to community college. Because that's how we met.
Yeah. But you were like pretty young, so.
Yeah, I was young. So, yeah. So I don't think I got scholarships, so I applied for financial aid. I got the financial aid. Pretty good. And that's how I made it through community college. I didn't go to university because of the amount of financial aid I got. I think for college, I had to pay $15,000. I don't know if a year or semester, I don't remember. And I was like, nope. because I'm paying out of pocket.
Yeah.
And I'm going into debt.
That's smart.
So I went the community college route. And I thought I was going to like what I was going to do, what I was studying for.
Yeah.
Because I kind of did it in high school. I did drafting engineering. Like you draft whatever you're going to make and then you make it. What?
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I have no idea how to do any of that anymore. Maybe I can recall. I don't know.
Mine was a little different, I guess, because I remember, like, my parents didn't tell me you need to go to college or this and that, right? Like, it didn't come from my parents. It came from the school. Like, the school was always talking about college and college and college. So, my sophomore year, like, summer, I got into Colorado University. And I started taking college classes that summer.
In high school?
In high school. And early college wasn't a thing yet.
No?
No.
We had that.
Early college wasn't a thing. If not, I would have done it for sure.
Why?
Because I didn't know any better. So I always knew I wanted to be in the medical field. I always knew I wanted to be a nurse. Because I like helping people. I like making people feel better and happy. Mm-hmm. So I always knew that I wanted to do that, right? So I took college classes to prepare me to finish high school strong. So when I started college.
You had college credit?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So then I didn't finish because at the time I was living in Colorado, so we came to El Paso, and you couldn't miss one day, because if you missed, you were out. So it was like 4th of July, and we were going back, and we got a flat tire or something happened to our car, overheated. Mm-hmm. So we couldn't go back that day. So the next day I couldn't go to school. Mm-hmm. So I didn't finish that, but I had already gone through a lot. Like, I had gone through like a whole month of it. So my junior year, like, it was pretty simple because I already knew most of the stuff that we were learning. Mm-hmm. Junior year, I did start applying for college. So, like,
junior year?
Yeah. And scholarships and everything. Even, like, I was even, like, thinking of going to either the Army or the Air Force. I didn't really know. Like, I was just, like, keeping an open mind and whatnot. But I did apply to, like, 3 colleges, 2 in Colorado, UTEP, and I got accepted to all 3. And then I graduated high school and I didn't go to any.
Ufas.
And it's not.
Ir y no fue, el que no quiso ir y fue.
And it's not until I had ABLE that I realized I needed something better.
Why didn't you go?
That's besides the point.
You wanted that wildlife.
That's besides the point. But then I got into, tech school.
Yeah.
So.
And debt.
But see, like, I never even thought about that because nobody told me.
What?
You're gonna go into debt or.
Yeah,
like,
of course
I don't even, when I was getting recruited into tech school, they just told me, okay, you're gonna apply for this and apply for that, and that's how you pay for the school, and then, like, you'll pay later, like 6 months after you graduate when you already have a good job, and this and that. And I was like, cool. Like, it sounded like the perfect thing. Like, I was like, awesome. Like, I'll be able to graduate and have start a career and go from there.
I forgot the if. If you
But
get a good job.
exactly. So then I finished school.
Mm-hmm.
I finished my externship hours. I didn't get hired. And
After they promised you, we're gonna help you get hired. You don't have to worry about that.
exactly.
Come in and apply.
And then like the thing is that it's crazy because we graduate thinking that we're gonna get paid better. So yeah, like they did send me to a few places to apply,
Mm-hmm.
but they were paying $7.50, $8 an hour. And I was like, what the heck?
And you had a degree or a certification?
Stop.
Oh my lord.
So it was it was crazy to me. I mean, I had a child to feed.
That's a huge pyramid scheme. Come on board. Let me talk to you about my program.
Listen,
where you can get educated for free.
Babe,
but you're gonna have to pay it back 6 months after you graduate.
So 6 months after.
No refunds allowed.
6 months after, I still didn't have a job as a medical assistant.
So how did you pay?
It took me a year. I had to get a job doing something else.
What'd you do?
Call center.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Quiznos.
Quiznos? No, that was in Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Call center. Because everybody hired.
Did they pay more?
They paid more.
Exactly. See how ridiculous that is? You had to pay to get an education that was gonna pay you less, and then you went to go get a job that has nothing to do with your education.
Yeah.
And it paid more.
So I was thousands of dollars in debt already from school.
I didn't know none of this until we got married.
With the little baby to support. So I had to get a job. And then not like a year later after I graduated, that's when I got a job as a medical assistant. But even as a medical assistant, you still don't get paid a lot. Like I got started at 9. And to me, I was like, wow, it's better than $7.50 or $8.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool.
Still not enough to pay the loans.
Not enough to pay the loans.
Not enough to pay the loans, monthly payment or whatever. Minimum.
And still pay like rent and
bills.
Yeah.
Feed your kid, yourself, gas and car.
Exactly. So I mean.
And it's crazy because now you can literally go to college on Google.
And wait, that it doesn't stop there. Like, still me thinking that, hey,
wait, there's more.
There's more. Like, I'm still thinking, like, you know what? I need to get something better to get more money, because I'm in debt already. Like, I can't. How am I gonna pay this? So that's when I decided to go back to school for nursing.
Thank God you did.
So that's the only good thing that came out of that.
You paid to meet me.
But when I realized that school was, I don't want to say a scam.
It is. It's a huge scam.
But like,
pay $10,000 a year. Well, I don't know why I have an Asian accent.
I don't know why he keeps speaking that way.
But pay $10,000
like there was one of the classes.
Great education.
One of the classes that I was taking that I was super upset about, because I remember the professor was teaching about some medical stuff. And remember, I'm already a medical assistant. Like, I've been in the medical field already working for like 3 years, I think.
Yeah.
When I started college. So he was talking about what I had already learned in my field. So he's teaching this whole class some medical stuff, and what he's teaching is completely wrong. And I was like, this is wrong. Like, we deal with this every day. Like, you don't know what you're saying. Like, I didn't say that, but I was thinking in my head, like,
yeah,
this professor is here teaching us something that he doesn't know himself. So I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, this man is teaching me something that is not, like, all these kids, all these other people are learning something that's completely wrong.
Yeah.
And this is just one professor. Like, how many other, and I mean, I don't want to say it's his fault, but like, I don't know. It upset me that I was learning stuff that wasn't true.
Yeah, well,
And I'm like, I'm paying for college to learn things that are wrong and getting into more debt just
to meet me.
to meet you. Had already met you. Like, I should have quit.
Well, there's a bunch of stuff wrong with college. Es lo que no quería hablar y ahora estás acá.
So that's why I decided to stop going to school.
It just wasn't my thing. I realized, because here's the thing, when I went to college, I put 100% of me in there.
Yeah.
And
I mean, not really, because you weren't even reading.
I still passed. C's get degrees, girl.
True.
I didn't get C's though. I got B's.
Yeah.
I remember my counselor was one of her favorite students because she was like, "You do good, you do good."
You were our English teacher. You were her favorite too.
How the heck was I her favorite?
I mean, remember the good grades you were getting?
That's because I didn't read, but I'm smart.
Okay.
Just because
Anyways.
college doesn't make you smart.
So then?
It makes you, I guess, know more stuff. That's it.
What were you saying? Stop mumbling.
What was I saying? You made me lose track.
I don't know.
That's what you get for interrupting me. Well, my college experience, the first few, because since I missed a semester in the fall, I went to spring. That's when we met, and then I went full time on that summer, and then again full time on this fall, and then full time spring, and then full time summer, and full time fall, and that following spring, that's when I actually started taking courses of what I was supposed to be studying, which is electrical engineering. Before that, I had to study math, calculus, or whatever, which I passed with flying colors, and I hate math. I don't like numbers. 2 + 2 is 4. That's all we need to know. We have calculators.
Okay.
Let's move on, people.
But it is important to know how to do math without a calculator.
Simple math.
Simple math.
You don't need the square root of 50,004.
No.
Unless your life depends
not.
on it. Or whatever. What is those? What is the sine, cosine, whatever? I don't even know.
Okay, regardless of whatever. Anyways.
But yeah, in that spring I actually started taking courses for electrical engineering, and I realized it wasn't something I was gonna like doing.
Yeah.
I
remember.
It was just something that I wasn't gonna. I just laughed.
Remember how I was like, no, like you need to keep going to school.
Yeah. Like, no, I don't want to, Mom.
And you're like, fine, like I'll look into like training or I don't know what you wanted to do.
Kinesiology or whatever.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't care,
just go to school.
Just go to school.
I don't know. Well, they do say that you change your major 5 times. At least or your career 5 times. Which is crazy. You're paying money and then you're changing your career. Which sucks because at 18 you're forced to decide like, hey, get into $30,000 a debt a year. Pick whatever you want to study. Like, oh, you want to change it? Okay, no, cool. Yeah, you can do it. Change it, but then you're going to have to pay more.
And the worst thing is that you get degrees and we know people, like we're not just saying stuff. We know people who have gotten a degree and they don't get a job because they don't have experience.
Yeah.
Or they don't get a job because they need a better degree.
Yeah.
So then people who have masters or whatever, they're overqualified. So it's like it doesn't make sense to get into so much debt and not be able to get a job.
Yeah.
Like,
and even college doesn't teach you the basic I guess, skills you need to learn, or not abilities. What do you call it? Basic life skills or whatever. I guess, for lack of a better term, basic life skills of still handling money. Now you're an adult.
Yeah.
Quote unquote, an adult, because you're 18 all the way to like 24, 25 until you graduate. You graduate, you still don't know how to manage money. You're in debt.
And
you
then
get a job that's you get a job that's worth less than your loan, which is crazy. You pay $30,000 a year so you can get paid $25,000 a year, and you still have to pay that debt, and you still have to manage your money, and you still will learn how to manage your money, and you still have to pay rent, bills, feed yourself. You have kids, well, Sasquatch, pay for the kids.
Yeah. And then I think even banks go so that you can open up an account.
Yeah, in my orientation for you didn't go to orientation at all, but orientation for
I went to orientation.
community college.
Yes.
Did they give you did Wells Fargo go?
I already had a bank. Remember, I was already working.
I didn't. I had no idea what to do.
But they did like.
I had no idea how to make a bank account. I just went. I just signed, and then I went to go see whoever signed me up or whatever. And to this day, it's a pretty good bank. Still have it. They gave me a college card. That's crazy. They gave me a college card. That was a credit card.
A credit card.
I was smart until a certain point. To not use it because I didn't need to get into debt. So.
But they don't teach you that.
No. Of course
they don't teach you not to use credit card.
You pay it later.
Yeah.
You pay it later. You're in college. We understand you can't pay it because you're poor. Why are you laughing? Because it's talking accents?
Yeah, I don't know why you keep doing that.
That way people can differentiate. Like, I'm not making fun of certain people. I'm just... I don't know.
I don't
That's
know.
how I talk.
Yeah.
That's how I interpret those people. Those bank people.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But
like
it's important also for parents to understand that, like, times have changed.
Yeah.
Like, don't, because I know some parents that are like stressing their kids about college, and you need to go to school, you need to do this, you need to go to college. And they don't understand that it, like, sometimes, like, if you do have the money and you want to go to college and you're not going to get into debt, like, I would do it. If I had the money to pay for it,
anyone would do it.
I would definitely finish school.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go get into more debt and affect my kids' future, life, to finish school when I know, like, there's a possibility I won't even get a job. And I won't even make enough to pay that debt.
That's the thing about college. That's a scam about college. You're an 18-year-old kid getting questions all around you. Like, well, what are you going to do when you graduate? What are you going to do? You're going to go to college? You're going to get a job? Blah, blah, blah. That's pressure as an 18-year-old kid. Because you got never... Like, yeah, in school, they ask you, what do you want to do when you grow up? Like, I want to be a firefighter, a policeman. I want to be a doctor. A nurse, whatever, blah, blah, blah. A cheerleader. But it gets real when you're in, like, 18. You don't even know what you want to do. You don't know if whatever you choose to do is going to make you happy in the end. You're just choosing what you think is, quote unquote, a logical path that's going to grant you success, if anything. Because that's the whole point of you going to college, of you starting a career, because you want to be successful. The bad thing is that colleges know that, and that's what they feed you. Like, hey, with us, you're going to have success. You're going to be able to get a job because our name is big. No job cares about where you went to college. When was the last time when you went to an interview, they asked you, what GPA did you get from your college? Never. When did they ask? Well, they just education or whatever. But they never say, what was your GPA? And you never put your GPA in your resume.
Nope.
They don't care. My
They
resume
don't tell
has...
you that books are gonna be super expensive.
Yeah. You know, I found a loophole. Well, not really, I guess. I just rented the books online. And if I could find them online for free as a PDF file, cha-ching. That's how I was able to afford taking you out on dates on financial aid money. We're laughing.
I didn't. I actually paid for the books.
I didn't.
I was like,
Because I was a broke college student with no financial. See, I was smart. Because my mama didn't buy us nothing.
don't say that.
Well, she did, but I mean, like...
You were super spoiled.
It was scarce. I was spoiled by my sister after she got money.
Yeah.
But my mama didn't spoil us.
Yeah. I know.
So I learned to manage my money from my mama.
Mm-hmm.
Because my mama's smart. She lives below her means. And if she does get into debt, that's like her priority, paying it off as soon as possible. But, yeah.
What is that?
It's a quote.
You're going to read us a quote?
It's a quote by Robin, I don't even know how to say his name, Rabindranath Tagore. We're laughing. It's a great quote. I have no idea who this dude is, but the quote is awesome.
Okay.
It says, "Don't limit a child to your own learning, for he was born in another time."
Wow. That's strong.
She sent that to the school board or whatever, whoever handles the teachings.
Yeah.
Because it's true.
I don't think they're going to care, though.
Of course not. Of course. But I know that our education will change eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, if you're a parent, if you're a college kid listening to this, if you're a high school kid, I don't know why you would be listening to this. But if you are, get self-educated in the meantime. There's a bunch of resources out there for you to get self-educated on finances, on how to budget, on how you can afford certain stuff, of what kind of loans to take out if you need to. Because there is good debt and there's bad debt. Bad debt is stuff that you don't need. Going into debt for stuff that you don't need.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you pick something that you know you're gonna like. Don't feel pressured by your parents or your friends or society over what you should be studying or whatever. I'm a big believer in do whatever makes you happy, because you only have one life. Do what makes you happy. Now you're gonna be miserable.
Yeah.
Even if you make a lot of money or whatever. But yeah.
You like
make your own decisions.
I
educatedly
barely started learning about, like, I've always known how to budget my money.
Yeah.
But like how to in a home, like, not buy stuff that you don't need, or not go out and eat all the time just because you don't feel like cooking, or like as a mom you have to think about that stuff and not overspend, like not be such a consumer that you're going into debt.
Yeah.
Because you're just spending and spending and spending.
Yeah.
So we're definitely learning a lot about that and how to pay off our debt. Like, our goal is to pay off our debt this year, latest next year.
Yeah. Our main goal, if our kids do choose to go to college, then we want to give them the option, like, hey, we'll fund you. That way you don't go into debt.
Mm-hmm.
But make sure you're smart about what you want to do.
Yeah.
Because there's way more other options out there, especially now, for you to make money than to go to college to get a education so you can have a good job.
Yep.
There's many more resources out there now for you to make money.
Like, you can learn to do so many things now without going to school for it.
Yeah.
Like, obviously we still need doctors and we still need lawyers, and
yeah, and they'll keep coming.
but There's stuff that you don't really need to go to school for.
Like art. If you're a doctor, you don't need to learn about art.
Yeah.
Or theater. Or whatever.
Why?
I have no idea.
Like, I remember when I was taking art. And I was like, how am I ever going to use this for nursing?
That was your book. I was taking electrical engineering.
I was like, I don't need this.
I took music too. Remember we went to
But
that?
you liked that. Oh,
no, not that one.
Not that one?
The other ones you're talking about making music. That was my elective.
Uh-huh.
Why do you have to pay for an elective? That's crazy. Or why do you even have to take an elective in order for it to count as a credit? But the other one where we had to go to that piano or whatever. I think I took piano or I don't even know. Chopin.
Uh-huh.
I hated that.
The classical music.
Yeah.
Concert or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
kind of liked it.
Yeah, but I was an electrical engineering student.
Yeah, I know.
Why do I need that in my
know.
education?
Who knows?
That's why it's a scam.
Uh-huh.
Because college makes you pay for it. And get into it to pay for it. But anyway, college is great. It's a great experience. It is. Because you know why? That's when people go broke. And being broke is a great teacher. Of course, our goal is to make sure that our kids understand before that happens, if it ever happens, that there's other ways for you to stop or prevent from being broke. But yeah, let us know what you think about college,
Or school.
what your experience was applying for some, what your experience is now if you're in college. Or experiences after college and the student loans that you got.
That you still have.
How long has it been since you hit the last payment? Or how deep are you into paying it off? Because there's a bunch of pictures out there about college and debt. Like, have you seen the one about the retirement home?
No.
And it's
and they're still paying for it?
No.
Or just finished paying?
Like they're celebrating that old man. Like, oh, happy birthday. Like, no, he just finished paying off his debt.
His student loans.
Yeah, his student loans. It's crazy, huh?
Yeah. But it's true. There's a lot of...
And there's another one.
People still paying him.
Of a college graduate, like, full cap and gown on the sidewalk holding his degree. Like if it was a homeless guy. Asking for money.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But, I mean, it's true. It's
so, yeah.
True.
So, key thing is...
It's real. Student loan debt is real.
That's not the key thing. I mean, it's still real. But that's not the key thing.
No? Oh, okay.
The key thing is to keep getting educated.
I definitely...
Outside of college.
Our mentor recommended this to us, and I definitely think that other people should listen to. This guy, Dave Ramsey. Is that his name? Yeah. Yeah. Like, he has a podcast too, and he teaches a lot about debt.
Yeah.
And paying it off. And, like, if you follow him on Instagram, there's all these pictures where he's tagged about couples and families, like, paying off their debt completely.
And they're multiple, like, those are 6-figure debts.
Yeah. There's, like, pretty big ones.
Yeah.
And, like, some, like, pay $60,000 in, like, 18 months.
Yeah.
And those are the people that don't have brand new cars, that, are not, like, buying houses and...
Yeah, there's sacrifices you have to make in order for you to
But
pay
now, like...
for your great college education that...
Like, now I'm pretty sure they're, like, celebrating every day because they don't have all that to pay.
You know what? They should sell college in a retail store.
Okay.
That way you can take your degree back and say, like, hey, this isn't working out, give me my money back. And they go, like, okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, of course it's not going to happen.
But yeah, just get informed.
Get self-educated.
Get self-educated.
Whatever college is not teaching you or school's not teaching you or anyone else is teaching you,
teach yourself.
You teach yourself. Yeah. There's resources out there. Google it. But Google the right stuff, not the blogs. Blogs are dumb.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But
let us know what you think.
Thanks so much for listening to our podcast. Side. We are on Instagram.
I was going to say fire. No fire.
We are on Instagram.
Facebook. Anchor. iTunes. Spotify. Google Podcast. Radio Public.
We're everywhere, so listen wherever you want.
Yeah.
We're excited to keep recording, and our next episode is gonna be very, very cool. Fire talk.
Sale vale.
Sounds good. So thank you all. We love you. Talk to you later.
Bye.